After the Q&A is that it's an incentive for a short Q&A. Everybody, I just want to thank you very much for coming here. Obviously, our event team did something miraculous. We have the best event team in the industry. And yesterday at 3:30, we got an email from Oracle basically saying that our presentation this morning was canceled. But they were happy to offer us the new America's Cup facility on Alcatraz on Sunday. But unfortunately, we were only able to have paddle boards to access it, so we had to just do the presentation. And you could see if you were here, we had a nice group here in the restaurant. We also had it streaming in our booth at Oracle Open World, and we also put it on our live website. And we had to rapidly improvise and change, something we're very good at doing at Salesforce. And of course, while we were very disappointed in having the presentation canceled, we were delighted to be able to still get our message out, which I believe we did very effectively. With that, I will open it up to the questions from the audience here. I know many of you. How many people here attended the presentation that just happened? We have, about more than half. Okay. So why don't we go ahead, and I'm happy to take any questions that you have, and we'll start with John Pilato, who's been covering the industry for 27 years.
Oh boy, talk about aging me, but what was
started when he was 5.
What was the reason for the cancellation? Does Larry feel that you've been too much of a gadfly around Oracle these days?
I think that, and I apologize to Larry for this, but I made a comment on my Facebook page. I said Larry has set a low bar after Sunday's keynote, and it was a mistake that I made. I apologize to Larry for that comment, and I'm sorry that I upset him. And I was just being competitive, and he took it personally, and I am sorry about that. And I've sent him an apology note as well. Does that answer your question?
It does, but I would think that he knows all about competition.
Well, he did train me. So, I'm just trying to be a good student and do what he would have done in a similar situation. He does a good job, I think, of being competitive and putting his competitors on the spot. We saw that this week with his comments about the autonomy acquisition. He published the PowerPoint deck from a meeting that they had at Oracle, and wrote a press release about it. I thought, that's an aggressive move, but Larry's about aggressive moves, and that's certainly how he's taught me to behave in business. It's what I do in running my own company. And that's why I was very surprised and disappointed that he canceled the program, because in my world, this is just tennis. We hit the ball back and forth across the net, and that's all it is. It's not personal, and I would never want it to interfere with our relationship. Yes.
Yeah, Dean Tagashi from VentureBeat. I just wondered how much it costs Oracle to cancel your talk and how much it's costing you guys to do this.
They told us yesterday that they're going to give us our $1 million back, so we'll see if we get the check. Dennis?
Hey Mark, Dennis Pomeroy at Bugle Research. In your talk, you talked about job creation and economics and the cloud and social and everything that's going on today. Could you elaborate just a little bit for us on how this modern technology drives economic growth?
Well, one of the things that's really been on my mind is the economy and jobs. And it's upsetting to me that we don't have more jobs being created, especially here in the United States. For a company like Salesforce.com, we are aggressively hiring, and we cannot find enough people to hire. And I think that if you talk to Tim Campos, who was just here, the CIO of Facebook, if you talk to a lot of my high-tech peers, you'll find the same thing, that these kind of next-generation companies that are focused on the 3 most important principles of our future, the cloud, social, and mobile, are all growing. And we are all outstripping supply. And tomorrow, you know, I'm going to be doing a keynote at a CNBC conference in Columbus, Ohio, and they want to know, how do they get growth? How do they get economic development? How do they create jobs? I think this is a dislocation. You know, there's a dislocation between the opportunity, you know, and the population. And I think that has to be healed. And we have to make a decision in our country that we are going to show our citizens where the jobs are, because they're certainly here. And in decisions that we've made, like, you know, I'm going to see some of the auto manufacturers tomorrow in Detroit, and there's some great new cars being made here in the United States. I have one of them, a Chevy Volt. We need to double down, and we need to recreate the manufacturing economy here in the United States. Somebody decided that we would have the best military in the world, but we wouldn't have the best manufacturing sector. That's just wrong. And we need to start making decisions that are going to get our economy going again. And instead, I think we continue to make decisions that slow the economy down and confuse the population. And people think that there is an opportunity when this is the greatest opportunity of all time.